So, good afternoon, everyone. And if you just bear with me, I'm going to move over and see if I can get this on my other monitor. Make sure I'm live on YouTube. I don't see it coming up. Seems to be a bit delayed there. Let me just go and change my Wi-Fi. And I'm trying to get my YouTube on a different monitor here, so just bear with me for a second. There's my... No, it won't come up. Oh, there it is. Okay, I had it for a second. There it is. And there's Alex. Turn my volume down on this other monitor. Good morning, Alex. I'm doing great, thank you. I like having this on my other monitor. It makes it easier. I can just look over it very easily. Okay. I'll turn off the music. I know that might annoy some people. Okay, the music's gone. And we're back looking at the chart. Here we are on XAU USD, as usual, gold on the 10-minute time frame. And here comes DJ Daddy Gold. Good morning. Good afternoon. I know you get up late, so you think it's morning. Good afternoon. So I'm probably not going to be here very long today, guys, because I already have a trade in progress, as you can see, and that's what I'm going to show you on the chart here. Let's just analyze this trade here. First of all, what we had today, this is the beginning of the day, and then Singapore and Shanghai opened, and they took out the previous day high. And so that is a liquidity sweep. There's this liquidity pool above the previous day high. That's where the pending orders, stop losses all are. That was a liquidity sweep, and then the real price, the real direction starts to go, the real move. After you get this liquidity sweep, then you get the real move. And if you'd have been a little bit on the shorter time frame, maybe the 5-minute or less, you could have got in a little bit earlier. I got in right here. This is my trade strategy, the trend line strategy, where I had this upward trend line and it broke below and closed below, so I go short. That's my trend line strategy. If it breaks above and closes above, then I go long. So this broke below at 20 minutes past 9 Indochina time. That's an hour and 20 minutes after Shanghai opened. And so this broke below, and I got in, like it bounced back up, and that was a big momentum candle. So I got in, like I didn't let the candle close. It was like a minute or two before it closed. So I got a little bit of a decent price there. As you can see, the candle came and closed there. So I got a decent price on that. As I say, you could have probably got in earlier if you're on a 5-minute time frame. However, so my stop loss is above my safety line, the red trend line. Oh, that indicator there. Yeah, that if you look over here, it's from Tradingview. It's called the twin range filter. Twin range filter, and it's free on Tradingview. I don't have that on all of my charts. It's not 100% accurate. It's pretty good. No indicators are 100% accurate, but it's good. And in this case, it was correct. So again, back to my trade here. So I put my stop loss above my downward trend line, the safety line, Okay, it's a big stop loss. It's like $30 from where I entered the trade, so I took a smaller lot size. And then the take profit, I've got it down here at the previous day low, because of what I'm expecting to see is that now the market is being pushed down, that we will likely take out this previous day low, the low from yesterday. All right, at least get down to there. And so that's where I put my take profit. And let's see if I can squeeze all of that out. It's not going to happen in the Tokyo lunch run now. It's not going to happen in the London session, but it might very well happen in the New York session. So I'm just going to let this sucker run. And I have already moved my stop loss. It was there, but I've moved it below break even. The stop loss, let me check MT5. The stop loss is at 45.43. The stop loss is at 45.43. So just below break even. And then it was coming down here and started to go back up there. So I thought, okay, maybe my break even is going to be hit. But now we got the Tokyo lunch run. And the Tokyo lunch run is always good, eh? And you see now it's starting to move. Now going in the same direction. And so I'm in good profit now. This is really, let me check my, I'm getting excited here. Let me check my phone and see. Oh yeah, that's a good profit. That's $20 profit already, 200 pips. But I'm going to let it run. And after I get off of the live here, I'll probably look at adding to the winning trade. But I want to be careful. I might just wait till New York opens before I add to the winning trade, because I don't think we're going to see much movement here in the London session. You know, okay, it's going to come down, hit the pivot point, maybe retrace a little bit. I mean, we don't know. Anything can happen. This can go straight down to the bottom. You know, anything can happen. But I would like to add to this winning trade. I do have a small lot size. I mean, it's decent, you know, it's okay. But I'd like to add to this winning trade. I'll probably let it break below the pivot point before I add to the winning trade. So Alex says, yeah, nothing is 100% perfect. Yeah, sure. You know, it's like, you know, Alex, it can give you confluence. You know, you always want to look at 2 or 3 different things. You look at support and resistance. You look at a break of your trend line. You look at, you know, your previous day high, previous day low. You know, and if you get this thing here, this short and buy signal, you know, that just one other thing you can see on the chart. I don't put too much on there. I don't like having a lot of, you know, I like clean charts, simple charts. So you don't want to go crazy with, you know, Bollinger Bands, Donchian channels, moving averages, trend lines, RSI, stochastic. Don't go crazy with indicators because they're all lagging. All they tell you is what the price has already done. Nothing will tell you what the price is going to do, and that's the price will tell you that. That's what we call price action. Okay, so U.S. oil is dropped down to 98. That was 104 yesterday. We're probably likely to see that climb back up to around 100 or above today. The U.S. dollar went up last night. No, the U.S. dollar fell down, sorry. The U.S. dollar fell down, but now it's going back up. We had this big drop on the U.S. dollar, and now it's going back up, which makes sense, okay? The dollar's going up, gold is going down. Gold is paired with the U.S. dollar. So it all makes sense, you know, it's like economics 101. No, I don't use a trailing stop. Some people do, I don't. It's kind of hard to use a trailing stop with gold because it makes such big moves. You know, what are you going to put, 100 pip stop loss, trailing stop loss, 100 pips? You know, gold can move back, take your stop loss. 100 pips is nothing for gold. So I don't use a trailing stop loss. It works well on currencies, but I trade gold. And I just don't think a trailing stop works well with gold. But that's just me. Okay, now, whoa, this is really, this thing's cleaning house today. Yeah, yeah, baby. Okay. Anyway, my stop loss is below break even, so this is a no loss trade. It's impossible to lose on this trade, so it's all good. And what I wanted to show you was yesterday, just before I go, I wanted to show you yesterday. Where's our people from down under? We don't have any guys from down under today. What is that trend line doing there? That's absolutely, how did that get moved? That should go right there. Okay. All right. This was yesterday, guys. And what a wild move it was yesterday, eh? And this was strictly manipulation by the institutions, central banks, hedge fund managers. They came down, they took out the Asia low, and then the real move started, and it went way up here. Now I was in on this short trade here. Okay, I got this one, but then I got distracted, and I wasn't watching this liquidity grab here. This is a liquidity grab. It's easy to see. I mean, it's clear as day. That's what that is. That's a liquidity grab. When you get a massive move like that and then a rejection and a big pin bar, that's a liquidity grab. And then, then it went up like, wow, went to the moon, eh? And I was distracted. I wasn't focused. I didn't catch that one. And I was actually posting in Telegram. I thought, what in the world is going on here? It's like, is there some kind of news or something? But there was no news. That's just a classic liquidity grab. That's all that was. Now we've come down and hit the pivot point on my trade. This is good. Let's see if it's going to bounce along here for a while. Probably will. And one other thing I want to ask, if you guys know, you probably don't know, is what happened to the FOMC? I did say yesterday, I said, look at forexfactor.com, investing.com. There's no data. There's no previous data. There's no forecast data. There's nothing. So I looked at it today, this morning, and there's still no data. What happened? Did they cancel the FOMC or what? I've looked all over the news, CNN, CNBC, NBC. I've looked at all the news. I don't see anything about the FOMC that was supposed to be last night. If you guys have some idea, let me know in the comments. That is weird. And it's just blank. It's just blank. You look at it today, there's just nothing there. It says FOMC, and there's nothing there. So I don't know. Anyway, it didn't affect my trades. I was asleep anyway. And what was the final thing I was going to say? Oh, there was some high impact news today on the Australian dollar. And Alex, I think you trade currencies. The Australian unemployment data came out, and it was bad news for Australia. So we can just look at that one right quick, and you'll see the odd US. Really bad news. High impact news came out on the Australian dollar. Boom. Big move on the odd US. And the same on the New Zealand US, which always usually follows, and it did. It went down for a while. New Zealand and US, they kind of move together a lot of the time. And we'll look at oil. And here we go with oil. Really high yesterday, and then of course, the flip-flop in the direction of everything yesterday, but now oil's starting to make its way back up, and that means gold should continue moving down. Now what we're likely to see, it's going to play around this pivot point for a while, maybe retrace, come back down, bounce around, and then we'll see what London will do. But it's a long way from my stop loss, which is right below the entry point, right below break even. Where's my take profit? There it is. Just move that up so you can see everything. I put my take profit just above the previous day low for yesterday, because I think that might be where we go. That might be where the institutions, the smart money, Might be where they want to go. They've got all the liquidity they need now to push the price back down. Okay, guys, that's all I've got today. Really, I'm not gonna, not taking a trade here in the Tokyo lunch run. Let's see. That's here is the candle where I like to get in on 12:30, 30 minutes past the hour, and I would have my trend line over here somewhere, and be looking for a break below that, and then possibly taking a trade over here. But I've already in a good trade now. This one was from the Asia-Singapore market, the Singapore-Shanghai market. And I don't usually get up to look at that, but when I got up this morning and had my coffee, I saw, wow, that's a really good trade setup, so I took the trade. And it all makes sense. With this liquidity sweep and then the move down, it all made sense. It just fit perfect. Perfect trade setup according to the strategy. So that's all from me, guys. Thank you for being here. I do appreciate it. Don't forget to click that like button. And if you are new to the channel, of course, remember to subscribe and click that little bell so you'll be notified when I make these videos. And of course, if you want to reach out to me, you can get me on Telegram. My ID is @RickRayFX. One quick question. Is economics going badly all around the world, everywhere inflation taxes are increasing? Yeah, everybody uses oil all over the world. And this war in the Middle East is causing problems with that. There is becoming an oil shortage, especially in Europe and in Asia. It's a global economic situation. The U.S. is bad, and we talk about that because, major currency pairs, gold is paired with U.S. dollar, blah, blah, blah. So we mostly, of course, talk about the U.S. market, the U.S. economy, but this Mideast war is causing global economic problems, inflation in many, many countries around the world. I think Australia has already raised their interest rate, and other countries will be following along. We're probably going to see a rise in interest rates in the next FOMC meeting, whenever that is. So yeah, definitely the Mideast war is causing global economic problems. Okay? So again, thank you guys for being here. I do appreciate it. And tomorrow is Friday. Thank goodness tomorrow is Friday. All right. Have a great day wherever you are in the world. I'll see you again tomorrow.